I love
hotels.
construction.
Yeah, it's in your heart, isn't it?
Well, I love it. I know it better than anybody. When I see a train, a railroad going from San Francisco to L.A., I think it's 100 times over budget.
It's incredible.
One of the most incompetent things. That's Newsom.
And why do they keep funding that?
I think we're not going to. In fact, a little bit of a story. We're not going to fund that anymore. It's out of control. First of all, it doesn't go where it's supposed to. It's supposed to go from L.A. to San Francisco. Now, because they don't have any money, they've spent, 30, 40 times more than it was supposed to spend. And they made it much shorter because it no longer goes into the cities. It stops miles outside of the cities.
Because if you were a builder and you went 34 times over the budget, you would be fired, right?
If you went one time, if you went a half a time over the budget, metal.
Mr. President, with the rail funding in California, will your recent dust-ups with Governor Newsom impact additional wildfire relief out there? They've requested $40 billion.
Sure, maybe. The man's incompetent. He shouldn't have fires like that. You clean the floor of your forest and you won't have any forest fires. You know, Austria has very, very flammable trees. They don't have forest fires because they clean the floors. They maintain their forest. It could impact. You know, hatred is never a good thing in politics. When you don't like somebody, don't respect somebody, it's harder for that person to get money if you're on top. But he's done a bad job.
How will you ensure that...
I'll tell you one thing. If I didn't bring in the military to Los Angeles, you wouldn't even have a seat. You probably wouldn't be here. You'd be covering the riots in Los Angeles. We got a great ruling, as you know, yesterday from the judge. Yeah, absolutely. If we didn't bring in the military in Los Angeles, you would have maybe no city. You'd have just what you have with the housing, burned to the ground.
With the ruling yesterday, does that mean you're more empowered to send National Guard to other cities as well, maybe New York?
I don't think more empowered. I always thought I was empowered. It would be a shocking ruling. Only a guy like Newsom would even ask for it. You know, he should be thanking me instead of fighting. Newsom wouldn't have a city. Right now it would be burning to the ground. You'd have people running all over, throwing rocks. Did you see them breaking up the concrete? Because we caught the bricks. They were bringing bricks, heavy bricks, red bricks, by the bag. 5 or 6 big bags. The guys strong guys that could hardly even carry them. They're going to hand them out to people to throw at the police. We're going to do.
You see the May numbers for immigration?
Yeah, great numbers.
0.
Yeah, we had 0. Did you see that, everybody?
You were going to ask
0.
I was going to ask that.
She's on our side because most people don't want to ask her.
Well,
that.
she said she told earlier she could find you see the May numbers. It's 0.
0. Yeah.
How is that even?
Because we really have a tight border. Now we have let a lot of people in, but they came in legally. They actually have to take a little test and they have to say, I love America, minor things like that.